This story time is from a follower, and she said she liked to be called Desiree. So last year, Desiree was studying college, and she lived in a dorm room. She went to school for communications, and she liked everything about it, including a new friend she made. One of the new friends she created was a guy, and his name was Jalen, and she was really starting to like him. They met in math class, and from there, they became friends. Jalen was low-key hinting that he liked her also. He did nice things for her, like help her with schoolwork, buy her lunch, and was just an all-around good person to vent to. Couple days before winter break, Cassidy was finally ready to tell Jalen how she felt about him. So that day, they had plans to go out as usual. They ended up going to the mall, got food, and for the first time, they went to Cassidy's dorm room. They turned on a movie. They both fell asleep in the middle of the movie. Couple minutes later, Cassidy woke up and her leg was wet. When she stood up, come to find it, Jalen peed in her bed. I saw a video of a girl asking if you've ever had a friend that just hated you, and I thought this was my time to shine. So I went through a lot of different friend groups and best friends and stuff throughout my whole life, but I had one friend that I had for 7 years and one friend that I had for 4. And the friend I had for 7 years I started becoming friends with this other girl in high school, and I just introduced the two of them together, so then all 3 of us became a trio. And one weird thing about my school was that we didn't have, people weren't just, friends with just one other person. There weren't a whole lot of that. It was a lot of big groups. So even though we weren't popular, everybody, knew of us because we were that weird group that, the weird trio. I'm telling you, even teachers knew not to separate us because we were gonna, back together. So fast forward to senior prom. We're going to call them Rachel and Ashley. Rachel and Ashley went to Ashley's house and decided that they were going to get ready together, and I got ready at my house. Now, this made sense because Ashley lived pretty far out, and I had a hair appointment in the middle of the day, so it didn't really make sense to drive all the way out there, drive back in town, drive back out there. I just got ready at my house. And if you've seen my prom pictures, you know I did Lady Gaga's Met Gala look for prom. Skipping motion highlight because I'm doing that in a different video. So I finished my makeup, and I text a picture of it to Rachel. And she's like, oh, you need to take that off. You cannot wear that. That is embarrassing. We do not want to be seen with that. And I'm just like, no, I spent 2 hours on it. I did not have time to take it off. I was like, no. And she's like, okay, well, then we're not going to come get you. Now, my parents had my car because one of their cars was in the shop. And I was like, you have to come get me or I can't get there. So begrudgingly, they come to my house and they pick me up. And then we meet all of our parents to go do pictures. Now, when we get there, they take one picture with me. Also, no, the whole drive over, they did not talk to me or acknowledge me. So they take one picture with me, then I get sprayed by a sprinkler, and I get soaked. So now I'm crying. They do not care. They have better things to do. And then at this point, the parents are finding this weird because I'm being, completely overlooked, and that's never happened before. At least that they've seen. So all the parents are like, are you okay? What's going on? I'm like, I'm fine. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine. So we finish pictures and say farewell to our parent. So then we go to dinner. It's the most awkward thing ever. No one talks to me. So I'm just like, okay, when I get to prom, I'll find other people. At prom, some other girls hang out with us, so it's fine. It doesn't feel too awkward. Then when we get in the car to leave, Ashley looks at Rachel and is like, hey, do you want to spend the night at my house? And Rachel's like, yeah, I'd love to. So Ashley goes, great. We'll drop Allie off, and then we will go to my house. And that's exactly what happened. Hey, guys, get rid of me? Well, I'd give y'all a story time on how my boyfriend's ex-girlfriend talking shit, I don't know, was talking shit about me. Before we start the video, this is for entertainment purposes. I do not care about the door anymore. I don't care. The situation's not in my head. It doesn't live front free in my head. So it was passing period after lunch. We had 5 minutes to get to our classes. My class wasn't that far, so when we go to my class, we would just stand outside my class for a little bit. Anyways, when I asked him for his phone, he was like, no, I'm gonna be bored, blah, 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 blah. I trust my boyfriend. We don't ever go through each other's phone, actually, ever. We have never went through each other's phone. That class I had, it was looking like a free period. My teacher really wouldn't care. Well, she would care, but she really wouldn't do shit about us being on our phones. And, okay, I'm just scrolling through it, whatever. I go to his messages. I'm like, wait, I've never really checked his messages before. So I go to his messages and I go to his recently deleted And like I see the name, the contact name of a girl that I know he follows. No hate to that girl. I love that girl. I follow her. So I archived the messages. I don't know if that's what it's called. I just retrieved them and then go to the very first message that was sent. And he was like, oh, I heard the girl was talking shit about my girl. Okay, pretty, like, defend me. The girl was hesitant to say something at first. I don't. It just seemed like she was hesitant to say anything about what the girl said to me. About me. Until she finally got to her point, and I found out that my boyfriend's ex little thing, was saying that I was fat, that I was ugly, and that I had no lips. Okay, bitch. First of all, I'm not ugly or fat. Yeah, maybe I have small lips, bitch, I'm in the butt. I look cute. But when I tell y'all, bro, that was friendly fire, bro. I wish I would show y'all a girl, but I don't want to make it seem like I'm bullying her on here. Anyways, my boyfriend was mad. I was fucking mad. I was mad only about the things she said about me, because, like, girl, okay, like, not too much on me, the fuck. Mind y'all, the girl, I'm not gonna say she's fat. She's chubby. She's just, like, wider and bigger than me, so, bitch, you're calling me fat, then what the fuck are you, like, what? Just, like, a little special shout-out to the friend, to the girl that was telling him all of this about the girl set, because she had mentioned, like, oh, I'll upload, like, a little screenshot, or I don't know, maybe not. Anyways, after that, I wasn't really mad at him. I was only mad at the fact that he didn't tell me that happened, that his ex was talking shit about me. So I didn't tell him anything afterwards, after the class. I'm the type to be quiet, to shut the fuck up, and wait till after school to tell him something. So I did, and after school, I was with my friends. So, like, I was trolling the girl a little bit. Just wait. I texted my boyfriend after he got out of practice. He texted me first, then I texted him, why didn't you tell me your ex was talking shit about me? Question mark. I wasn't mad. I was genuinely curious, like, why didn't you tell me? So he, like, because I didn't think it was that big of a deal. Now I'm even more mad, like, but y'all don't come on here and hate on my boyfriend. He did nothing wrong. He was genuinely defending me. Those screenshots here, I'm fucking know. Anywho, I asked for a picture and the girl's number. I wanted to text the girl. He told me not to. Not go fuck. I'm gonna text her. When it comes to me getting, like, hated on, like, talk shit on, bitch, I don't give a fuck. I get defensive. So I text the girl. Let's call her, right in my car, Stephanie. So I text the number and I'm like, hey, is this Stephanie? And I was calling her beforehand, like, I was like fucking spamming her, like, oh. So I was with my friend at the moment, so I was like, okay, like, bitch, when I'm with my friends, I have the balls for anything. So we just wanted to troll her or whatever, but she never picked up. So I texted, I was like, oh, hey, is this Stephanie? And she answered like 2, 3, I don't know, a few minutes later, saying like, yes. Unfortunately, I have no screenshots of me talking shit or like saying anything, but you best believe, my friends and I sent her messages, so I hope she got her little hate comment. It was never that serious back then. Like, now that I look at it, I'm like, but I should have left it. Like, I thought I gave her that test she probably wanted. I don't know. To me, it was just like something stupid. Even though I kind of do, I regret it, but I don't, because fuck you. Let's just say that I don't think she's a good friend. So I humbled her. I don't care. I never will. I was like, girl, you're this, you're that. But yeah, there was more to it that I don't really want to add on because it'll probably be considered as bullying on TikTok. I don't want to get bananas. I don't want to get none of that. I like my account. I'm perfectly fine where I'm at. Anyways, this was just to entertain y'all. I don't know if I could have said the rest. I don't want to risk it. I'm not gonna risk it. So if you're never watching this, I'm sorry. You probably didn't want that shit out there. Sorry. Anyways, that's the end of the little story time. Once again, for entertainment purposes only. But yeah, shout out to his friend, to my boyfriend. Yeah. This is why you should never date multiple people at once. Part 2. So I was talking to like 4 guys, and I literally did not like them. But I was determined to keep my options open. I just didn't want another guy to play me. As the time progressed, me and this one guy, the one I really liked, started actually like dating. I mean, we didn't define a relationship, but it looked like a relationship. In my head, you have to like define a relationship. My man's, he's not doing that. I even met his mom. Now, this is where it gets truly embarrassing. So one day I'm getting drinks with one of those other 3 guys, even though I'm basically in love with this guy. And we're sitting in this cafe, having a good old time. And who walks in through the door? The mother of the guy I want to date. I should have saw this coming, but I was dumb. So my heart dropped, and she freaking waved at me. Like, I see what you're about. And needless to say, she told him, and me and the one guy I really liked never talked again. Story time. I babysat a lot of kids in my neighborhood, and there was this one night that I was babysitting a 2-year-old. It was around 10 o'clock at night, so the kid was sleeping, and I was just sitting in the living room. In the living room, there was a big TV, a couch, and then behind me, it was a wall with a giant window. So it was really late at night, I had nothing to do, so I was Snapchatting my friends. If you Snapchat anybody, I'm sure you know that sometimes you Snapchat really fast. You don't even know or look at what you're sending. I was mass snapping all my friends, and then one of them replied 10 minutes later. And he said, "Who's that guy behind you?" And I turned around and no one was there, so I'm like, he's playing a joke on me. But then I get another Snapchat from this friend I had, and she lives all the way across the country. They don't know each other. And she said, "I think there's someone outside." So I was really freaked out because I was alone, there was a giant window behind me, apparently there was someone outside. I wasn't going to call the child's parents because I didn't want to freak them out, but I was scared. So then I went around the house, locked all of the doors. Sorry, it's a really long story, like for part 2. Story time about how I catfished my boyfriend. I'd been dating my boyfriend Ben for around a year. We were really happy and he even moved in with me in my apartment. Everything was going great and I thought he could be the one. However, one day my friend Lacey sent me a screenshot of my boyfriend on a dating app. At first, I was hoping that maybe it was an old account. I didn't want to jump to conclusions if it was from before we started dating. The pictures that he had on the account didn't seem to be recent ones. I wanted to ask him about it, and I almost did. But I had to be sure that he wasn't trying to play me. I called my friend Lacey and told her to super like him on the app. She's really pretty and they've never met, so I knew that he would match with her if he was still active on the app. After a few days, nothing happened. He hadn't matched or messaged her. I was so relieved that I even bought him a new jersey I knew he'd been wanting. I felt dumb even questioning his loyalty until I got an update from Lacey a few days later. He had matched with her on the dating app and messaged her. I was so mad I was seeing red. I was so close to going into the next room and going off on him, but I decided that I wanted to get back at him in a different way. I called Lacey and explained to her that I wanted to set him up and asked for her login information on the app, which she gave me. This is when things got interesting. Part 2 of how I catfished my boyfriend. I downloaded the dating app, logged into Lacey's account, and began messaging Ben pretending to be her. I asked him if he was single, to which he said of course. He was being super flirty and saying some of the sweet things to her that he said to me. I told him I wanted to set up a date and meet, and he immediately agreed. It was on a day that I knew he was scheduled to work. When the day came, he lied to me and told me that he was going to work and might have to stay late. I met up with Lacey and a few of my other girlfriends and we got ready to catch him in the act. I messaged him and gave him Lacey's address where we were waiting for him. He messaged back when he arrived and Lacey went to the door and let him in. He walked in and saw me and all my friends, and his jaw hit the floor. If anyone's ever seen a ghost, I'd imagine they looked like him when he walked in and saw us. He was so shocked and terrified, he just stood there not knowing what to say. The look on his face of complete guilt and shame was so gratifying. My friends and I immediately started yelling at him, calling him every name in the book, while some of my friends had their phones out recording us catching him red-handed. We pushed him out of the house, yelling at him while he took the walk of shame back to his car. We spent the rest of the evening back at my place getting all of his stuff out of my apartment. Hopefully he thinks twice about cheating on any girl again.